Welcome, Warhammer gamers. This is War General T bringing you his next battle report. We have High Elves versus Deamons. This deployment we rolled off from the battle number 2, Dawn of Attack. So he deployed his army there on his side, a couple on the left, mostly center and right. For me, I had a couple on the left, one in the center, and the rest of my army in the right. So of course I pretty much rolled 2s for most of my army, as you can see, and he had a good selection of rolls for his army. So this is our deployment on the field. And here's my right flank and center. So we got the Sword Masters, 29 of them. The level 4 Archmage in him with the Book of Oath, and pretty much that was it. Nothing special for him, else for him. Of course, the unit had the banner of the World Dragon. Then I had the rest is pretty much most of my army was rolled 2s. So as you see there, I got my first Reaver unit up there in the front with the bolt throwers up in the corner of the deployment. The Sisters of Avalon behind the Reavers with the High Sister and a Handmaiden over the Everqueen as my general. And a unit of Cellarhounds with a level 2 Mage, lower life, and a BSB Noble. And my Archmage, he was level 4 Shadow. For his spells, the level 4, he got the Penurium Bro Pendulum, Makelthos Mystify Miasma, Achman's Mind Razor, and Pit of Shades. Because I rolled for a couples. I got a couple matching rolls on the dice. For my level 2, you got Awaken of the Wood and Regrowth. So that's my magic and right flank. And here on my left flank, I got another unit of Reavers and my Eagle out on the left, far left. And for the Demons of Chaos and his deployment is his left flank. He's got a unit of Pink Horrors with a Flamer, the Keeper of Secrets, a Beast, a single Beast, a unit of 3 Screamers, and the Cannon Crone. For the Keeper of Secrets, he had Slicing Shards, Phantasmagora, and Cataphonic Choir. And he was the Keeper of Secrets of Slanesh. And here we go on his right flank. He's got the big Soul Grinder there in the center. Then 3 units of Horrors, one with a Flamer in, a unit of 4 Beasts, and a single beast on another single beast on his own on the right there. For his main horror units and flamers, he got Blue Fire to Nietzsche and the Infernal Gateway on one of the units. I believe it was on the far left. No, it has been one of these because it was still in play for the whole game. So yeah, one of these units has Infernal Gateway, and the other 3 have Blue Fire. And that's his right flank and pretty much right center. Here's the first Vanguard move of mine, which is my Reavers, so they moved up there. This is my second Vanguard movement. I moved my other unit of Reavers up to that single beast. Take some shots at him before he gets in. And then the Demons of Chaos had won the first turn, so this is DOC's for turn 1. Their screamers fly up behind the building. Actually, for charges, his pink horrors there, he attempt to charge my reavers. I stand and shoot with them, doing no wounds or anything. And then his Keeper of Secrets declares a charge, so I just flee them. And that's them fleeing there, back towards my sisters. His beast moves up, and his cannon slides over to the left some. And here you can see the Soul Grinder coming to this side of the table, moving in from the right. Let's see where we are at. Yep. Oh, actually, on the reaver stand and shoot, I guess I did kill one of those pink guys. Then we go here in the right flank. He just pretty much moves everything up. When a horror just goes into the building, beasts move up, and then his other horrors move up. Then the single beast moves closer to my archermen. And then we go into DOC's magic phase. Rolls off. He gets 6 dice. I get 5. So then he rolls 5 dice up for gateway. Gets on some unit. He rolls 5 dice, goes off. I roll my 4 dice to dispel, and I get it by 1. So dispelled that by 1. And then he tries his last dice at blue flame and the unit, but that doesn't go off. So this is for his roll here. This is probably the fail. He loses a couple guys due to some magic failing. And then we go off. There's no combat for him against me. So we go into High Elves turn 1. I move my bolt thrower up there behind the building to get a shot for the next turn against the Soul Grinder or something. Or the Beast or whatever comes in my line. The sisters slide up. The Reavers, I rallied them. And then they move up there. So I don't have any other charges really. The Silverhelms, they just march forward up behind those Swordmasters. You can see there I lost a guy from his shooting last round. Actually, from the Demon's first shooting, he's pretty much the whole game. I don't have really pictures because it's the same thing through the whole game. His cannon shoots at my Silverhelms, either at the back of the mage or at the back of the unit guy below the mage to the right of him, or behind him, whatever. He always aims there for whatever 10 inches. So we go 4 rounds. Each round, he rolls and hits the guy directly, then goes forward. Of course, the first one was on the mage. I get a look out, sir. I make that. So that's why there's a Silverhelm missing from his shooting. Last top turn. So the next turns from now on, he does the same thing, either the mage or the guy behind him. Just so you know, I kept losing. So I have next 3 rounds there. Those 3 guys in the back, they keep going down. So each round, his cannon just kills 1 Silverhelm per round. Go figure. Way to go, Silverhelm. Stay out of the way of those cannons. But I guess that was pretty much unfortunate for him and his cannon shooting, that he could only get 1 guy per turn. Of course, in this game, he avoids my Swordmasters altogether with everybody. Because you know what they got. The Banner of the World Dragon. Ha 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 ha. Well, we'll continue on from here. So on my turn still, on the left flank here, I trying to swing my Reavers around a little bit to get out of... I couldn't figure out how to get past him because he was in my wheel route and whatnot, so I just kind of wheeled back and so I can take some shots at him before he gets in or I get in with him, whatever. And my Eagle, he moves over to the right, closer to the Swordmasters, to do some directing there if need be. And we continue on. And this picture kind of goes with a lot of other things. So for magic phase, I get 8, he gets 5. I do a channel, so I'm up to 9. He's got 5. I do Occams on my silver out, my Reavers there. So I roll 5 on that, get a 23. No sixes, double sixes, so that's good on that. He doesn't dispel that one, so that's on the Reavers. The next one I go is the Malkuth Miasma on the beast in front there. With 1 dice I roll, and I get it on a 10. And he doesn't dispel that one either. So then I do the roll, and for the initiative, which lowers it down 1 level. And then for my last magic, I had 3 dice left. I went Pit of Shades on, I believe, one of the horror units. Only got a 14. It goes off on a 14, but I got it. Then he rolls all his 5 dice and dispels it with a 20. Of course, there's no combat this turn. Oh, that will be a little bit later. But then we go into shooting. There are my Reavers shoot at the beasts. Does get some hits, but no wounds. Trying to soften that up before the silver helms get in or something. Then no, actually that was the far left. Okay, it's not in this image because I don't have that one. That was in the far left where that Reavers and that single beast is on the far left. He doesn't do any wounds, so of course that's still there. This is the right side, so we go hit these Reavers, shoot at the Screamers where the explosion symbol is, but unfortunately they do get a wound on, but of course they have multiple wounds, so they're still around. So then I take my sisters at the Screamers and shoot, getting 22 shots get out of them. I had 18 hits, 10 wounds after the rolls. And then he does his attempt to save, but unfortunately all 3 Screamers die. Thank goodness. I did not want them flying around me any more than they should. So they're gone there. And then the bolt thrower, he shoots at those pink horrors, getting 6 hits, 3 wounds, and he fails 2 of them, so 2 Screamers are dead. Horrors are dead. Now, of course, since we're all pretty much first turn and there's really no combat, we go on to the next turn. And we're at the top of turn 2, Demons of Chaos. For charges, nothing. He doesn't really charge anything. So we go on to movement. His Keeper of Secrets there, he moves way over to the edge along with the Elven Reavers in their flank. So pink horrors move up some, the Soul Grinder comes in, and his beast moves up closer to my Swordmasters. And then on his other side, we'll go to that. Oh, actually, there was a 1 charge that his 1 beast there charges into the Reavers. That's right. And he gets in, and the rest just kind of move, and he moves his hurt pink horse back up a little bit, And he keeps that pink horse that's in the building there. They stay there the whole game, so pretty much if you see them there, that's where they are. If you don't see a picture of them or why I'm talking about them, they're because they're in that building hiding, being scared. And here we go into Demons of Chaos Magic, where we have Heroes gets a channel, so his total dice is 9, mine is 4. He rolls 3 dice on Cacophonic Choir by the Keeper of Secrets there. He rolls, gets a 21, and out of the roll he gets a 6, 6, 2. 2 6s. Yay. 12, where is it? No, 6, 12, 14, 17. Oh, it goes off. This series level 3, 6, 12, or, yeah, 17, never mind. If I said the wrong number, it was 17, but he got those 2 6s. So then he rolls on his Demons of Chaos special roll, and he gets on 2d6 he gets what was it, a 3, I think a 2 and 1, or a 3 and 1, something like that. So it's a Dismal Cascade, and so he took the hit. My Reavers, they take a hit, 2 die there, and then he rolls on his further in. 1 to 3 is remove a wizard. 4 to 6 is remove d6 dice from power pool, and he rolls a 3. I believe it was a 3, because it was either 2 or 3, for sure 3. But anyways, he is gone, dead. He is back in the warp. So he miscast himself back into the warp, and good riddance. For the rest of his magic phase, his other guys shoot the blue flame. 2 units shoot at the ego. I attempt to dispel. Now this is the thing. His 2 blue flames against my ego. His first one, 2D, he gets a 10. The second one, 2D, gets a 10. My first dispel with 2 dice, I get a 9. My second dispel with 2D dice, I get a 9. Seriously, I missed both of one by 1 point. And they're both the same numbers. The same for him. So his final blue flame goes against my Ellen Reavers there, from that unit up there, from the flamer or whatever. And he rolls, since I have no more actually, yeah, I used up all my dispel tries, and goes off on the Reavers, and they're gone. So here's the result. Keepers of Secrets, adios. Elven Reavers, adios. All into the warp. And dead. So of course, with that, like I said, with that shooting, his cannon was shooting into the Silver Helms and getting 1 guy per round. This is where the lookout surge happens again, for the first time. And that is it for the DLC Demons of Chaos Turn 2. And we move on to High Elf Turn 2. I don't have any. Oh, I did charge the Sword Masters into the Beast there. Everything else does. The Silver Helms, they move up, or actually they attempt to charge a horror unit and fail. So they only go 5 inches. And that's it for that. And we go off to magic. I rolled a 7. He got 6. So I try 5 dice at Miasma on one of my units, I believe, or his guys. Yeah, one of those units up there. I get it off, but then he rolls all his 6 dice to dispel that one. So I use my last 2 dice on Awakening of the Wood, which goes off, causing 2 of those pink horrors behind the tape measure to die. This kind of goes into the next turn too, where his flamer leaves the unit. His beast comes up there behind the woods, and pretty much everybody, his guys move up. For shooting, the bolt throwers shoot at those horrors, causing about 5 dead, 5 to die. The sisters shoot at those horrors, causing some wounds, but they save those. So we'll move on. And combat. These is after the combat here. We got the Reavers. They have fled. They failed combat, so they fled off the table. That beast just redirects. And for this combat, the Swordmasters, they of course kill that beast outright. So he's gone now, and we just kind of do our combat reform on this. And we go to the top of Demons of Chaos turn 3. You'll see in the image coming up some charges where the Soul Grinder charges into the Sisters. That's pretty much the only charge. Then we got some movement coming up. And here we are at some movement. The beast from behind the woods moves up. This kind of goes into my turn 2. Turn also, which will be also up again, but that'll be my turn for killing that flamer. And that's pretty much all his movements. And we go into combat. For shooting, actually, his flamer shoots into the bolt thrower that's off. I didn't really have an image after that of that, but he kills one of my archers, bolt thrower crewmen. Then he has another flamer, shoots into the Silver Helms, killing 2. Oh, I guess the flamer killed 2, and cannon killed only like 3 because of my back rank piling goals. You'll see later. The cannon shoots the Silver Helms, get that one kill, like I was saying. Then we could go into combat here. The Soul Grinder gets into the Sisters, killing about 6 in this first round. This was more taken in the 4th round because I lost some more then. But then of course I failed to reform after that. So they stayed like this until the next turn. But then of course I stayed in my leadership, steadfast and all that good stuff. And that was it for combat. And then we are on High Elf turn 3. The same image you just saw. Had charged into that flamer. Of course, killing him. All I needed was my BSB noble there to kill him, and I did that. So he was pretty. So for the I'll go over that later. And see this one also. Yep. Oh, we'll go into the next one. For High Elf Magic, we're here. I roll some dice, probably get a good roll. Then I roll for Pit of Shades here. Goes off. Now I don't think he had enough. He tried to roll for Dispel, but didn't get it. So that goes off here. As you can see, there's the template. And then results of it, he lost to Horror and one of the beasts to the pit. Then we go off to shooting. And here we are at shooting. The bolt thrower here kills the 2 remaining horrors in that unit there. Oh, and he's shooting his flamer there into my bolt thrower. Yep, there's that one kill. You can see the one guy missing. And this also goes into the next, after the combat there, I lose a few more sisters. Then I was able to reform then on this turn to get another few sisters in for the next round of combat. And here we go. This image is kind of double one for the Demon Chaos's turn 4 and my turn 4 for High Elves. So we got no charges really declared. Of course, this last round and then this round, my Sword Masters were trying to attempt to charge on the beasts and failed both times. So they've only gone about 5 inches each time, failing the charge. But then I do my Silver Helms. They charge into a unit of horrors, which will be coming up, and they were able to make it in. So here's some other some for magic. I got for DOC. We'll go on Demons of Chaos. He got 5 dice with a channel, and I got 3. He attempts Gateway with 6 dice. I'd use my Dispel Scroll. So that's it for magic. Shooting. His shooting shoots at my Silver Helms again, killing the 5th one. So that'll be 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this will be the 5th one. So I've lost a rank of Silver Helms from the cannon. And then the combat there, you can see the results. You got the Soul Grinder killing the sisters outright. And then he's going to have to come back on turn 5. So he's just there on the edge of the table. And for my turn, I pretty much, the Silver Helms charged into the horror unit. Be the next image, you'll see that. For my magic, I get like low dice, so I go 3 with for our Pit of Shades against those beasts and horrors again. But then he rolls his dice and dispels it. Then my bolt thrower there, that's turned towards about to shoot the Soul Grinder. He had killed the Flamer that was in front of him. Well, actually, the Flamer had gone into the building on his turn, which wasn't in this image because this was after my shooting, in which one of the bolt throwers there had shot the Flamer, killing that. That was in the building. So they both shot. One killed it. Then we go on to combat. And this is turn 4 High Elf combat. The Silver Helms there had wiped out the horrors. So as you can see, we just kind of did a reform. And then with this image and the last image was what we, for time limit, we did the time limit that most tournaments are, which is 2.5 hours. We had a lot of dice rolling, maneuvering, trying to figure out in this game, so that's what took the time. But this what the units you see here, and the last image was what was left. And what the result is, Deamons killed 700 some points of mine, and I killed about 1,200 points of him, plus with some extra victory points that you see in tournaments. Definitely killed the general, or actually the general went back through the warp, giving me the points. So that with that and the point difference, it was about, and then of course you got to round up to keep to the even point level. So I had a 600 point victory for the High Elves. And here we are at the end. High Elves are the victors. Demons, they opened up the warp in our homeland, and we repelled them and pushed them back into the hole, the void, and they left for good, hopefully. So with that, we had a 600 point victory. I don't have the list for what the scores would have been, but we figure around maybe 13, 14 to 7 or 6, whatever. So if you know the points breakdown, you probably know what the points were. So this is my first victory with the Elves in a battle report, and hopefully more to come. So hope you enjoyed this battle report, and if you got any comments, suggestions, or top hints, or whatever, please leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Hope you enjoy and look forward to seeing more battle reports.